changing. And we change too.
I know some people, they would die for me.
There are moments that separate us.
They're my family.
But we always come back together.
We heard y'all needed a little love out here.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got cars flying in the air? Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Been a long time, Dom.
Little brother.
You always say never turn your back on family, but you turned your back on me. Now your little family is in my world.
Are you ready?
Whatever's on you,
Is you ready?
it's on us.
Are you ready?
He's got his own private army. We need help.
Bring what you got.
No way.
Is you ready? Whole squad ready.
So how do y'all want to play this?
Fast.
We going. We going. Whole squad ready.
Okay, this is a bad time to mention this, but I don't drive.
Brother against brother. This should be interesting. But could you kill him? Get the e-brake for me, would you, darling?
Crank it all the way up.
We the soldiers. Man, we messing with magnets now? If you woke, don't wake up. Whoa. Can't front. Yeah, everything we gave up. Even when we die, we raise up. Yeah!
It's good to be back.
We got the white flag and no treaty. We got the product. We got the tools. We supposed to stop that? Hold on! We going wild. We on the loose. People is blind. We are the truth.
I spent my entire life in your shadow. And now, you spend the rest of yours living in mine.
We going wild. We on the loose.
Not today.
We are the truth.
Really? Duct tape? You acting like we on our way to Home Depot.
Hunter! No, Trent! I don't want to die!
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, breakdowns, theories, and more. I'm Chris, and it's been over a year, but Fast 9 is back. That's right, last year in May, when all of the movies were suffering pushbacks because of the COVID pandemic and the closure of theaters, Fast and Furious 9 made the decision to push their movie back a full 365 days, and now we are coming back to that time period, and we will be getting Fast 9 in June, on June 25th. And to celebrate that release, we got a brand new trailer for the movie today, which was completely different from the previous promotions, teasers, and trailers that were released prior to the release date being moved. And I, for one, am very excited for this movie to come out, but let's talk a little bit about what to expect, the future of the franchise, and this movie in particular as we break down this trailer. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can enter the giveaway for the Captain America shield that we are rewarding to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to The Cosmic Culture and subscribe to The Cosmic Wonder and comment down on the videos while you're watching them. We'll be picking a random comment as the winner, so good luck. Now, in this extremely long and drawn out trailer, we get a lot of details about what we can expect in Fast and Furious 9. It flashes through a lot of different scenes from earlier movies while Dom monologues over it, talking about family and what's important, you know, the usual stuff. And at first, I think that's a cool trick to kind of get us feeling nostalgic about the original Fast and Furiouses, and to get us hyped up for the future films that will be coming out, We've already been promised a 9, a 10, and I believe an 11. So a lot of Fast and Furious coming out in the future, and then who knows what else they'll do with the franchise, as they've already branched off and have Shobbs and Haw, and they will be doing more. I hear that they're going to have an all-women's Fast and Furious team where they take the ladies of Fast and Furious and make them do some crazy cool stunts as well. So I'm excited to see where the franchise goes and its plans moving forward. But that's what I felt when I first saw these scenes was, oh, they're trying to build up the nostalgia from all the old movies to try to get us excited to get back into this franchise. But it turns out there actually will be reunions in this film. They'll be getting a lot of the members from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift back. Little Bow Wow was there. Lucas Black, who played Sean Boswell, also the main character, was there in the trailer, as well as his older version, which we did see in a prior episode of Fast and Furious. And of course, Sean Kang, who plays Han, who has died multiple times now in the series and keeps coming back to life, was even featured shooting people with a 50 cal sniper, and everybody was surprised to see him alive, as well as I am. Now, this was already revealed in an earlier trailer, and I'm not sure how Han is unkillable, but he's back to life and he's going to be involved too, which at this point for me, I don't even need an explanation. I'm just happy to see the character. Very good actor, very fun character, and it's a good addition to the film. And on that note, it is important to remember moving on with these movies, they are past the point of explaining logic, of explaining physics, and of making anything make actual sense. They are in the business of showing you a really cool family first, this is my crew, this is my gang storyline. That's their biggest point, you know, Dom and family, and that is the Fast and Furious saga's heart. And that's cool to see, and I always enjoy that underlying tone. And then, of course, you know, really cool stunts and how far can we push the limits and how far can we make the audience sit there wondering what's the physicality of all of this, you know? It almost seems like they do it on purpose at this point where they're jumping cars from building to building, and now they have these giant magnets in cars that are pushing and pulsing whatever they conveniently need, but not everything, only the stuff they want, towards the car or away from the car, depending on what type of magnetism they add to it, and cars that can fly and get caught by planes, and this stuff does not make sense, and this stuff is not real. So you need to accept that if you want to enjoy these movies. And yes, I know what the argument is. Well, they started off as really fast car racing movies with people in the hood trying to fix up their cars, and now it's all people jumping from buildings to planes, and yeah, I get that, and it's sad. But once you accept that these movies are about making an audience have a reaction to the impossible, you'll enjoy them a lot more. And they really are enjoyable films if you can just appreciate, yeah, it's not real. You can't drop a car out of the airplane, turn on some jet engines, and turn it into a submarine. It doesn't really work that way. We don't have that technology, and physics will never actually catch up to that. So, understood, they don't make sense. But the addition of John Cena in this film is kind of fun in the sense that it's his brother. And Dom has been going on for 8 movies now about family first, family matters. It's all about family. You can't turn your back on family. But it turns out John Cena was Dom's brother this whole time. And we're trying to figure out how that fits in and what the plans are for that. But again, we go with that. It doesn't actually require explanation theory, and we just enjoy the story because it is cool to see Dom fighting against his brother who he turned his back on, and this whole interesting scheme where we don't really know what's going on. We do notice that the gang obviously is still extremely rich. They're still pretty loaded. They have all of their money, their power, their resources, their fancy cars, and a lot more, which we'll be seeing throughout the movie. But also, you know, it's important to realize that their ventures are getting even crazier, so at least we know how they're financing it all. They're all extremely wealthy, and that's been since after episode 5 or movie 5, when they got away from Brazil with the huge safe and made a ton of money and then all went their separate ways. So there is a lot of fun aspects to this film, and you really just got to be excited for it, for the fact that it's not real life, that it isn't practical, that it isn't logical, and that physics are not included in the original ticket. So I am excited to see John Cena. I think he's grown into a really good actor. He looks like he's kind of gotten his stride and understand how he fits in. And of course, that is just by being himself. John Cena is a huge, famous person, and that's not going to be a question about whether or not he's going to have a fun involvement in the film, I think. So overall, I'm excited for this film. I think you should be too. It's going to come out. We can go and enjoy it in the theaters together where it's available, and I hope that it is for you. And before we finish this video, we do have to talk about that very last scene. So they're in this car that is prepared for something. A definitely modified car. It has oxygen tanks on the top. And at first I thought it was going to be a submarine because he does mention a submarine earlier on in the trailer. I don't even want to think about that submarine. And perhaps the jet fuel is to keep them from smashing the water really hard, and it kind of lowers their impact so that they don't get destroyed in the water. And yes, those do look like underwater suits that they're wearing. But there is a possibility that they're going to space, as it was actually leaked earlier that they were going to space by a few of the actors who said you're not supposed to know about that, and they kind of dropped the ball. So there is that theory that Fast and Furious will be going into space. Personally, I do feel like this might end up being a submarine. It just doesn't look like it's equipped to go to space, but again, the whole logic and practicality part of it isn't really going to be a clue for us, since that doesn't really matter moving forward. But overall, I hope this movie is enjoyable, and I hope it's entertaining, and that's all we can expect from it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Did this trailer get you excited, or are you kind of done with the Fast and Furious idea and storylines? Always, thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, be sure to subscribe, and also be sure to subscribe so you can enter our Captain America Shield giveaway. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next episode right here on Cosmic Culture.